All right, so here's how I escaped perfectionism and planning and how I can finally get stuff done. When I was younger, back in my college days, I discovered the bullet journal community. So I had just gotten Instagram at this point. So my feed was just all of these beautiful highlighters, all of these beautiful pages with the like doodles and like paintings and all of that. And I'm like, you know what? I want to do that. So what I did, I went and got my first notebook for this, and then I also went and I like got a bunch of highlighters and pens and all sorts of stuff from Amazon that I was seeing online. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe if I get the materials, then I'm gonna be like automatically good at this. When I first started, I would spend probably 3 to 4 hours making monthly spreads, like monthly calendar and monthly goals that would line up on like 2 pages side by side. It was like okay, I got the art side down and all of that, but the problem was with this planning, I was not getting anything done. Like the whole point of me trying to do this was I was hoping that I would be more consistent with my goals. I was hoping that this would be the key for me to finally reach the objectives that I've been going for. But in fact, it pushed me away from them actually. And I would stay up late to make sure my plans were perfect, that everything was pretty, everything was centered. Shoot, I even had a ruler. I had a whole bunch of stuff. I would look up how to make doodles and how to draw pictures of different flowers. And then I'm like, you know what? This isn't like perfectly centered. It's like 2 millimeters off. I gotta do this again. Okay, it probably wasn't that bad, but it was rough. It was really rough. So if you're kind of in that situation right now, I get it. I would do the whole time blocking thing, and so that at each minute of my day was basically planned. And whenever I was off, like by 2 minutes, the entire plan was screwed, and the entire notebook page was screwed. And if I didn't like a page in the notebook and I didn't like how it looked or I made a mistake, I'm like, I can't use this notebook anymore. I would go and grab another notebook, hoping that this would allow me to start fresh the next time I had to plan or prep another set of pages. I would almost dread that, and I would just skip it at that point because I was overwhelmed with the amount of time, emotional, and mental commitment it was. And then eventually I just gave up and I'm like, I can't do this. I can't focus on doing this anymore. So what I did, I took a break, stopped planning for a while, and then I started kind of getting back into it a little bit. I used different tools like Samsung Notes. At that point, Notion was like the sponsor of every video in the productivity sector on YouTube. So eventually I tried Notion, and I'm like, oh, this is a cool interface. I like how it looks. The thing is, like, I had no clue how to use it. I still kind of don't know how to use it. It took me a while to understand the basics, and I fell into the exact same cycle again, but now on an online program. So I would spend hours trying to plan these Notion pages. And then I would watch like hour-long tutorials on how to get formulas going so that you could get like, I don't know, a bunch of charts and everything to come in from different databases. It was very complicated. At this point, I think I'm the problem. And I'm sure I probably knew that in the back of my head, but I was using the perfect spreads on my notebooks as well as on mine or whatever to run away from my responsibilities and procrastinate. I can't commit to making art projects for myself whenever I need a plan for something. Like some people, like I know a lot of people out there, art and doing that really does help them plan. But for me, that just was not it for me. And I just came to the realization, I'm lazy. I'm lazy when it comes to this. And if I'm going to get anything done, I need to save the energy for doing the things, because I was not doing the things that I needed to do. I wanted abs, but I was not working out consistently. Eventually, like, I'm like, you know what? What if I just simplify it and just do the bare bones basics here? What if I just put my little to-do list here, like just put a few tasks. What do I need to do? At this point, I found the minimalist side of bullet journaling, and that eventually transformed to where I am now. And then just do the tasks and just do it. um, and that is where I noticed, like, hey, I'm finally seeing progress. I'm actually starting to be consistent with the things that I need to do. It did not require a highlighter. It did not require a very expensive marker. I really just had to do it. That's the whole point of this video. No, it's deeper than that. I was planning in a way where I was hoping that my life would fall into it and adjust and modify to that beautiful, intricate planning page. But no, I needed something that actually worked for my life. I needed to work in a way that works for my tendencies, my natural leanings. A few words on a page, I need a few reminders. And that's how I started working. And that's when I started seeing the results that I wanted. In order to plan my weeks and my months now, I just use a sticker and then just write in the sticker the dates and what events I have and maybe some goals and objectives. Just with one pen. And I'm finally getting things done. I'm remembering things. And I take things seriously in here, even if it's not all the time. Like, I just want to note that I'm not totally consistent with this thing. And I understand that. But I can pick up where I left off. I don't have to count pages. I don't have to make sure everything lines up perfectly. If I skip a page, I just go back or just leave the page skip. It doesn't matter. With this method, I have finished like 5 notebooks. I don't know if this is my 4th or 5th notebook, but like I just consistently finish notebooks now. And then also, I noticed that I had abs in the mirror like a couple days ago. They're very faint, but I have abs, and I am more confident in myself that I will get the things done that I said I was going to get done. I know that I am a doer now, and I know that I can be consistent and keep working towards the goals that I have for myself. I think it really took that mind shift within myself. Having that mind shift, it started reflecting in my planning and my note taking. And then as a result, it kind of gave back to me. And now I am like the most successful that I would say I've been in my life. One thing that I've really learned about myself is I really just have to negotiate with myself. I know how I do things. If you are in the same situation, I would recommend just thinking about, like, why are you focused on doing those pretty spreads? Like, what's the purpose? Is it just to look cool like everybody else? Is the hope that you're actually going to get stuff done? It's okay, but it's not going to work the way you want it to. And like sometimes, just as a side note, certain months I just like artsying it up a little bit. I add little colors here and there, add little doodles, and to make it look pretty. But it's not a core part of the planning. If you are just done with trying to make everything perfect, consider a simpler approach. Writing down your to-do lists and then writing down maybe a couple journal entries or whatever. It doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, it's better if it's not perfect because then it's yours. It has character. But before you can even get to that point, a mind shift needs to happen. so like, so that you can actually be consistent with your goals, and find the success that you want to. Planning is only going to do planning. In order to actually find success and actually make progress, you're going to have to actually do it. You're going to have to do the plans. And if that means adjusting the plans for how you work, how your brain works, there's no shame in that at all. In fact, that's a good thing because then you understand yourself, and as a result, you understand how to best make yourself do something that you need to do. And I think that's one of the best keys to understanding yourself. So yeah, if you are ready to move towards a more practical, progress focused method of planning, go ahead and check out the Back to My Notebook series. It's free. It's on YouTube. The first video will be coming up on the side here shortly. And this is my current planning system. Super simple, easy to jump into, and um, and is actually focused on getting things done. All right, I'm Steph, and this is Notes in Progress. I will see you in the next video. Bye.